In this video, I'm going to show you a 4-exercise sequence for strengthening your hips using these loop resistance bands. These are awesome tools. They're very inexpensive. They don't take up any space. Very easy to get these on Amazon, about 13 bucks for a pack of 5 of them that have different resistance levels to each band. And they're a great tool to have at home. Highly recommend you grab yourself some of these. I will put a link below to one of the ones I recommend, and you can get those if you would like. I'm going to use one of these bands to show you these 4 exercises. Now, these are very effective exercises for strengthening the muscles around the hips. Why do we care about that? Well, your hips are your motor, and if your hips get weak, it's going to affect everything else. It could be creating low back pain. It could be creating instability in your knees, as well as making it more difficult to walk at a brisk pace, to go up and down hills, to go up and down stairs, get in and out of cars, the functional stuff that's really important for us as we get into the second half of life, but also the fun stuff. Golf, tennis, pickleball, horseback riding even, swimming, all the fun things we love to do are going to be so much better if you keep your hips strong. So it's important and useful to spend a couple of minutes working on exercises like this with these resistance bands. So I'm going to show you these 4 exercises. Now I will say this, if you already have some weakness in your hips, you might not need to use the bands at all at first. So I'm going to show you the exercises very quickly, and then I'm going to use the bands and show you how those work. So the first one is simply a lateral step. I'm going to squat down slightly, and I'm stepping across. Now this might look really easy, and the bands definitely make it harder, but you want to make sure you can sit down. Notice I'm not standing up and just walking across. I'm sitting down, and that's the key to this exercise. So if I turn, my hips are back, my knees are bent a little, and I'm stepping like this. I'm making sure that my feet are coming up off the ground. That is my lateral step. The second exercise is a toe tap. So you might want to hold on to something if you need to, and you're going to bend the support leg and simply do a tap with the other foot. Now I'm weight bearing into the support leg and then tapping lightly around. I'm going to use that with the band, of course, to make that much more difficult. The third exercise is for the hip flexor. So I'm going to hold on for this one. I'm going to stand very tall. I'm simply lifting and lowering. Now, if you're watching this, this might seem like nothing, but believe me, if you do 20 or 25 of these, this muscle, especially if you haven't been strengthening it, will get really fatigued. So again, try it first maybe without the resistance band to see how you do with it, and then work up to the band. The fourth exercise is a hamstring curl. And to do this, you're going to lean over the top of the chair. My knees stay close together, and I just simply kick straight back. This is a fantastic exercise. Again, if you do 20, 25, 30 of these, that hamstring is going to really get fatigued because it's just a muscle that we don't strengthen very often. So now let me go through and show you these same exercises with the resistance band. If you need to sit down to put on the band, that's perfectly fine. I'm putting it around the ankles for the lateral steps. Getting into that squatting position that I had mentioned, the hips back, the knees bent a little, belly tight. I'm stepping across, and at first I'm going to look down to see if my feet are parallel to each other. Because what we tend to do is open the toes and kind of waddle across like this. The reason we do this is because it gives us access to bigger muscles. That's not what we want to do here. I'm going to keep my feet parallel. It's going to work the glute medius and glute minimus, the deeper stabilizer muscles of the hips. So if I put my hands right here, this is where you're going to feel the burn. So I'm keeping the feet parallel. I'm picking the feet up off the ground. I'm purposely exaggerating the feet picking up so that I make sure I don't slide across. If you do find you're sliding across, get yourself a lighter band. Okay, so that is our lateral steps. That's exercise number 1. The second one is those toe taps. You might want to hold on to something. I'm going to bend the support leg a little, tap, tap, tap. 1, 2, 3, forward, out, back, and then reverse the direction, back, out, forward, back, out, forward. I'm holding stable through that support leg. You may find that this support leg is actually getting more fatigued than the leg that's moving. Obviously, you're going to do the other side. Now I'm going to go to the hip flexor exercise. So I'm going to stand up tall. The band now is going to go underneath the feet. So I've switched the band from around the ankles to the feet. Now I'm ready to do this hip flexor exercise. The band is kind of hooked around the top of the foot. And anytime you're working with bands, you do have to kind of manage them. Make sure that they're anchored in the right position. That does take a little getting used to, but believe me, this exercise is fantastic. You will strengthen that hip flexor in just a few repetitions. Very, very important. Now the last exercise, that hamstring curl, the band position is a little more complicated. So what we're going to do is, the band is going to go around the ankle of my support leg. I'm going to bend the knee so that that band can easily stay onto the ankle or onto the shin. And now the lifted leg, the band is around the foot. Then I'm ready to curl, and I'm going to have to get a little bit better angle there. And that band is now staying in place. And you can see I'm just doing this heel to bottom, strengthening strengthening the hamstring. So again, it takes a little bit of getting used to get the band to stay in place, but you can see now that I've started, I've got that band staying in position, and I can already feel that hamstring really working. Obviously, you get to the second side. So that is 4 exercises that you can do in a relatively short period of time that are going to be so good for strengthening all the surrounding muscles around your hips, going to help you to feel more stable, stronger, more lively in your steps. Really important sequence to do. It only takes you a couple minutes. Okay? Well, thank you for liking and subscribing here on my YouTube channel. Helps me to bring you more free content, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.